Welcome to Redhead Rewriting Reality by Kim Iverson. The story of my life as I figure out who I am after a lifetime of abuse and share my journey with that. Sharing the story of building my author career, the struggles, bettering self, and creating a new life. I'm a multi-genre author who publishes under Kimberly Sue Iverson. If you'd like to explore my work, visit KimberlySueIverson.com. This audio is intended for an adult audience. Themes and topics may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener and viewer discretion is advised. Now, get yourself comfy and make yourself at home. Let's dive in. How am I? I'd have to know. A question I've been asked so much. How are you? Honestly, I'd have to know how I am to answer that question. It's a question that can really bother me. Now, let me also state that I know normal humans, of which I am not one, will use that as an opener in conversations. It's similar to those who'll say goodbye and I'll call or text you later. They likely won't. They likely have zero intention on doing so or want to. It's just a default thing to say. Still, I get asked that, and it's begun to bother me to be asked that question. A lot of it goes into people who didn't really want to be in my life, getting to the point that it became a check-in. As if, here is my check-in, I've done it, now I'm done talking to you for the day. Breadcrumbing, in other words. Just to keep you in their life, rather than them taking the plunge and saying they didn't want to be there. For me, it's also a quirk of mine, which is that I will say, if you want to talk to me, fast forward yourself. Skip the hi, skip the what's up, skip the how are you. Fast forward to the meat of your conversation and what you want to say. Got a question? Just ask. I'll answer and we can go about our days. Just want my attention? Just say so. Just want me to talk to you for a few minutes? Say so, and I'll do so. I don't want to spend all the free time I have getting to that point in a conversation or yours. I know you saying that. You'll probably take offense. That's fine. Take offense. Be annoyed with me. I don't function like a normal human being. I'm not being insulting, rude, or a challenge. I'm being myself. If you like that and want another to have that casual, shallow, hi, how are you exchange, so that you've had 50 of those conversations all week, and that's literally as far as they go, super awesome. I'm just not that way. I love the attention of friends. I love the attention of my person when I'm in a relationship. I would tell my ex straight out I was feeling really needy when I was, and that I just wanted his attention. If he was busy, he would say straight out and say he could give it to me in blank time. If I needed a bit extra, I told him, and he accommodated. Just like it was in the reverse. If he wanted my time, I made it. Wanted to talk to me, needed me, I did so. We compromised and accommodated each other's needs because we were always honest and open about that stuff. But I have a brain that needs to be fed and little energy points to go around. So I'm not going to engage in the most base and basic low effort conversations when I have a ton of people asking me that "how are you?" question a lot. And sorry if that too offends you, but I do answer people who want to talk to me, and you're not a priority of mine if we're not in a relationship or you're not close in family. It's as simple as that. That doesn't mean I don't like to talk to someone either, or they're bugging me, so don't get me confused on that. You are a random human being asking me questions and talking to me. People have always wanted the secret to my success with men and people. They've seen the charm I naturally exude and often want to know what it is, how to get it. I sound smug, but it's not me. Here's the thing. My dad was naturally charming and my mom was a narcissist, so of course could charm many. So do you want to know the secret to people? See them. Hear them. Respect them. There's your life secret to people. Treat them as if they are the most important human being alive at that moment you are engaging with them. Don't piddle with your phone. Don't constantly focus on everything and anything but that person. Focus and engage them solidly. That's it. I simply talk to people and engage with them, and I'm present. I talk to them, not at them. I listen to them and ask them questions about what they've said. I'm active in the listening and response. To those close to me, I become a little chatterbox. To others, I'm quiet. But what bothers me about asking me how I am is that I have to know. I have to check in with myself, and often the answer is that I'm tired. I'm worn down. I'm exhausted. Maybe I'm feeling lonely right then, or have my mind on the past, or dealing with a bout of grief. But I don't know how I really am. I know that I don't need to be fixed, or therapized, or self-helped to death, though. I don't need to be commiserated with, or a place to dump my problems. It's not that I don't have moments of happiness, but I'm still very much in a space where I feel like that is wrong somehow. Not wrong as in one shouldn't feel that emotion. When I was happy, things fell apart. When I was happy, I was attacked by my mother. So I struggle now to be happy when others are around. As if I'm wrong or bad, or something is wrong with me for being happy. Maybe even that something bad will happen when I am. Which is a horrible thing to think, and a terrible outlook I have right now. I am fully aware of that. It's also a reality I've lived with for a while, so it's not unfounded and fantasyland talk. I'm not affirming it into existence. I'm actually trying to do the opposite, which is also why I don't want to discuss it and bring it up. I don't want to add more power to it. I struggle to let myself be happy. I have been trained by life, by my mom, by people, that when I'm happy, bad things happen. So often when I'm asked how I am, I don't even want to really respond because I'm a very open person now so that I heal. Keeping things in no longer feels good to me. And I think it's a lot of where my bodily issues stem from. The emotions backed up, and I stifled so much that my body contained that pain and outputted it into pain and bodily struggles. The problem becomes then that I feel I'm burdening someone with how I feel if I'm not always happy and bubbly too. I'm feeling like I must put on a good face and show for people. Many want to be so happy and focus on gratitude and on, and I have been broken down. My wings torn apart and they are hanging. I don't want to put on a happy face. I don't want to force myself to figure out something I'm grateful for when I do it constantly throughout the day. So when put on the spot, my mind blanks. When put on the spot to be asked, "How are you?" I blank. Suddenly now I'm being forced to figure it out in a way that works for that other person. I have the spotlight put on me to fit into a role to say what's appropriate and not tired, exhausted. I'm worn down by life. If I say that, then they may go into the want to talk about it. No, I didn't really want to begin with. You asked that question, so I answered you. But now I don't need a story time. I work that way. You ask me a question, I will answer you honestly. I am blunt and don't play around. I'm not mean. I don't have ill intent. There's no cruelty in the way I am. It's a simple question and answer, straightforward, factual statement for me, which also is a struggle I have. I feel almost disconnected from my feelings, which could be a thing I put into working on too, being forced into those spaces. I feel I do connect to them, but when I react with that straightforward aspect of my personality, like a man might, often it seems unexpected to the other, as if people aren't used to that. No, I know they aren't. I'm often told that I'm a breath of fresh air, that someone appreciates the way I am, or that I shouldn't ever change. So then why do I feel I'm wrong for being that way? My mom, maybe? I was raised to stifle emotions. I cried when hurt, and as a child I was allowed to. But as I got older, all of my emotions seemed to be condemned. Don't express interest in a man. How pathetic that I wanted love in a relationship. How stupid was I to cry when something hurt me. Take losing a dog. My mom wouldn't just allow me to grieve, but as much as she condemned me expressing emotions, she liked to manipulate me into expressing pain, show her the pain I was in. So when I'd lose a dog, she would purposely bring up conversations that would cause me pain. It's easy to say she wouldn't do that from the outside. But if you've never been around a narcissist, it's hard to explain that realization I had one day. I noted her behavior and past moments I had. I noticed that when I felt good, she didn't want me to. She purposely wanted me in pain, wanted me to express that emotion. So maybe that too became a reason I suppressed. They talk about gray rock for narcissists, and I became so neutral that now to reconnect with that ability is incredibly hard. Call it embracing my femininity. But then I grew up as a tomboy and around my brother and his friends, so I was just the little sister with the guys. I wasn't some sexy feminine creature or a lady unless some new guy popped up to remind them or I that I wasn't just some little sister there, which never lasted. Being surrounded by a group of big guys, tall and strong, didn't exactly do one well had I been all about dating. But because of the sexual abuse I'd been through, I didn't tend to focus on dating, men, or anything but just hanging out with my brother and dad, or a brother and his friends like that. But my mom also didn't allow me to date until I was 18, or even wear makeup. That's a huge thing I am trying to connect with. Not even reconnect with, but actually connect to. I imagine many think, oh, she's beautiful, so she's totally used to being treated well by guys, or sexy, or whatever. I'm used to random men doing so, yes. I'm not used to being in a relationship for a long time where my partner makes me feel that way, which is one thing I am trying to learn. Getting in touch with the fact that, hey, I'm actually a female and maybe sexy, but no, I'd walk into a wall if I even attempted that, or hell, even if I didn't. I was treated like a little sister for so long. I honestly don't ever connect to that term. You're sexy or beautiful or wanted or desired. Stuff like that seems so alien to me. Random dudes wanting it for a night do nothing to me. They can spew all the great wonders and lines they like, and I just stare at them. Now, if I'm attracted to you and like you, it might work. I may even become a spluttery mess. That's when I turned utterly, horrifically shy and will hide under a blanket. That's how I express interest. Running and hiding. Or acting like I'm anything but interested, which is really horrible, and why I need the person who sees past that. You're all, then how would they know? What did I say above? Just ask. Do you like me? Yes? No? Just realize that quote unquote like means like talking to you, hanging out with you, whatever. Be super specific when you engage me, because I'm a dunce when it comes to human relationships, despite having had plenty of people around me. My mind blanks for it too. I would say it's a middle ground I have to figure out. Connect with the emotions that I haven't been. Like accepting that I might actually be a desirable woman and someone people could be attracted to. Someone who is actually a female, you know? And be more open and expressive with those as well as other emotions that I struggle to now show. In time, I'm probably going to figure those out. I can't really pinpoint them right now. But when someone asks me how I am, I don't need you to ensure I'm okay. I will take care of myself. I have been taking care of myself for a very long time. That is why I'm tired. I'm tired of appeasing everyone around me. I'm tired of fitting into your idea of how I should be. I'm tired of leaning against a wall, because when I lean on a human, they move and I fall. I'm tired of getting close to someone who says I can trust them, and then as I fall, they walk on, so I fall on my face. I'm worn down and lonely from being the strong one, the you've got this one, so I'm left alone to handle it all by myself. I'm tired of answering a question that I have no answers to. I'm frustrated that you want me to fit into a role that is not me. I'm frustrated that you ask me how I am because you don't really know what to say, and I don't know how to fix that or fix myself. It frustrates me that people get offended by my honesty to the point they think something is seriously wrong with me. that I'm mean or you know what, or difficult, a challenge, so yet again pull away when I may have used every ounce of strength I have to be super vulnerable and open. Like I will have to be to post this and not take it down. I don't need to focus on gratitude and happiness because someone doesn't see when I am happy and playing with my dogs. And then I'm hampered by yet another shallow question thrown at me that drags me down to figure out. I know you care or you wouldn't ask. I know that you want to help, but you don't know how. I know everyone is just trying. I am in the same position. I can't rightly say everything I need right now, because again, that's not an answer I have right now. I have a million emotions and thoughts and feelings I process and grow tired. I don't need someone saying you just need to talk to someone or go to therapy, because to them, that's what works. That's yet another person for me to attempt to figure out how to say what I need to say, or figure out what I need when my needs are constantly shifting right now. So no, I don't need to pay someone a ton of money just to talk to. Especially when I have noticed, as my editor has, that I am different when I write, when I purge, when I write my fiction especially. And I think I figured out why that is. I'm not just purging myself. I'm becoming someone else and working through their life, their issues, and their struggles, and I'm living as another. So I'm learning through them what I need. As I write that, it also hits me that it's why I keep trying to make people understand. You are the key to it for me, not me. I have been used to being shoved aside and trained that I don't matter for so long, and I have such an innate need not to have attention on me that it's the other side I see through, the other I learn from, the other as in you, that helps me, heals me, fixes me. I have told people that for me, it's not a people-pleasing aspect, but a deep, fulfilling need that makes me happy to help others, to please others, to take care of others. Not in the people-pleasing ways that I mean I sacrifice myself for you or anyone else. People might misconstrue it and be all, if you like pleasing others, that's the same thing. It's not. When I make you feel good, I feel seen and valued and needed. I'm not about to sacrifice something about myself to do so. Or I'd be over there like others, making freaking videos showing just certain body parts for views. Because that's easy peasy to people please. I have these things called morals that are so deeply ingrained, you will not see me behave that way. I can't. When I help people, when I offer much needed advice to people, it hit me that I'm helping them that way, but I help myself. I see through the experience of another and live through them, like I do with my characters. It presents me with a different view that I probably wouldn't have considered on my own, and I figure out problems. I figure out ways to handle things better. It seems strange since I'm the author, but a good author will always tell people that those characters we write aren't always us. I go into this interesting, almost disconnected space when I write. When I get deep into it, I can come back later and read stuff and be shocked. I will be oblivious as to when or how I came up with a certain thing I wrote, for a lot of what I write. As if I'm taken over when I write, and when done, check back in. Something comes over me when I get into that deep space, And if I'm interrupted, I can struggle for a split second to come back. I can also get really irked because of it. I feel as if I'm being ripped out of a space I'm in and demanded to focus on reality. It feels weird. But when someone asks me how I am, I don't know how to answer that question. I don't want to ruin your day by saying don't ask it. I don't want to ruin mine by reminding myself I'm worn down by life. I want to remain in my small space and quietly enjoy the little corner I've made. But I also know I can't. So I would rather turn it around and ask you how you are. Tell me about you. Don't focus that spotlight upon me and make me have to figure out how I am. Figure out what I need and what to do. Help me forget myself by telling me what you've been up to. Talk my ear off on your own accomplishments. And let me see your life and story, not my own. Because I will be genuinely happy for whatever you've accomplished and love to hear about it. I love to hear the stories of other people and to ask them all about themselves. Mine is filled with pain and hurt and a level of darkness I will never be able to convey to another who doesn't understand it personally. I am not special. There are others who've been through worse or been through similar. This is not a competition, which is another reason I don't want to answer that yet again thrown at me question. I do not want or need another to remind me I'm not special and others have dealt with worse. So now I'm stuck in a comparison space. I crave closeness and yet I don't know how to get it. No, I know how. I know the steps and actions to take. I don't know how to reach that point and allow that other to get there with me, or find that space to fall openly that won't simply be yet another letting me slam my face into the hard, cold reality again that they're not there. Because I've said it before, I'm broken. And after a while, there's only so close people get to the broken so they don't break too. Which is why so many who've been broken down by the world and life end up remaining in their own corner, in their own space. It grows old to be therapized compared to shoved down and gratituded to death. I know I don't really have a real point to this post. I'm just blatantly being a gripey, complaining, frustrated, tired, worn down human. Everyone has answers for all of us. I don't seek answers, I seek understanding. Too many want to solve the crime, not do the time. Sit, listen, absorb. You don't need to do anything for people. Rather than ask me how I am or what's up, fast forward past all of it and jump right in as if we've known each other for a while and we've already said that stuff. Tell me all about your life, what's going on, or just ask me the question you really want to know. Don't worry over how I feel. Don't put the spotlight on me and ask me a ton of shallow questions, or I'll use that little energy burst I have to spend it on the person giving my brain the actual workout it needs. If it offends you, chalk it up to yet another woman seeking attention and move on. That's fine. You won't have to worry that I will bother you a moment more, since I won't chase after you if you go. I figure you've moved on, you're done, and annoyed with me, so I will let you go. If that's how you see it and see me, you don't see me at all. You see the idea of me that you've built up, that so many have always had my entire life. You love the idea of me, or hate the idea of me, but that is not the reality of me. This frustrated, tired, worn down person isn't even me. You'll see the real me come out in those small, quiet moments that I think someone isn't focused on me and spotlighting me. When I start to chase Kona around, laugh, and hum along to music as I cook dinner, or dance to it. I think only a couple people have ever really seen the real me, because everyone's too busy judging me and shrinking me down into the auto assumptions of who I am. Kim would never do that. Kim isn't like that. Kim this, Kim that. Well, if you have those answers as to who I am, why would I bother to argue? Feel free to believe that about me if you need. I know it's hard to get close to me, to know me, to truly see that side of me. You know why that is? Because of how I feel around people. Because I know in time that individual too will probably tire of the difficulties that rise in me at times and go. Or they get into that I'll love you from afar space. I sound miserable, I think, when I say those things, but even that is not actually me. I'm more complex and deep, and like quantum physics. I'm blessed that I've got the best friend I have now. She is one of those rare people who do see me, and is close because she knows how to handle me, and doesn't think I'm difficult at all. Doesn't think I'm a challenge or hard or anything but in her words, I have one of the best hearts she's ever known. I can't even say the real way she phrases it because I don't feel I deserve that sort of praise or should be honored with something like that. When she gushes, I usually think to myself, you don't really know me, or I'm not that good, or otherwise. I don't say those things out loud because they'd hurt to hear, and I don't like to cause pain. Which is odd to say, I'm sure, after saying all this, but it's true. People often use the "would you take a bullet for them" rhetoric. Yes, I probably would do it instinctively. I have a natural need to protect and take care of people, though I know often someone has to finally have life smack them in the face, and I can't do anything about that. Sometimes I wish I could. That I could shield people from pain because I have known it and know what it does to you. Sometimes I used to want to create a youth facility and take in all the unwanted teens who were trouble and make a home for them, or the unwanted animals. I always thank you, too, for allowing me to take care of you for a moment, to make sure you know that you're valued and important. You really are. If you didn't exist, your presence wouldn't touch those you do. Even a casual glance your way might. And everyone who comes in contact with you is different because of you. You are so important to this world's existence, and you don't even know it. You change the very fabric of reality itself, and I'm certainly glad you're here. I should probably heed my own words when I think I'm invisible, as often I feel I am. More to come. Thank you for reading and subscribing, or listening in this case. I'm beyond grateful you chose to spend this time with me. What are your thoughts? Engage with me and start a conversation. Just don't be rude about it. And as always, your shares are so incredibly appreciated. Share with anyone you think may enjoy this. Word of mouth is the best form of expanding the reach, so this reaches the eyes and ears of whoever may enjoy it. My donation link, if you'd like to support me and help keep this going, is ko-fi.com/Kimberly Sue Iverson. That's ko-fi.com/Kimberly Sue Iverson. Every little bit helps, so thank you for your generosity. Remember, kings and queens, everyone is fighting battles inside nobody can see. Who are you willing to see today? And who are you willing to let see you today? I hope someone brings a smile to you today, or you can bring a smile to someone else. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you are more than welcome to, and I'd love to connect you there. For Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, I have to use Kimberly Sue Iverson. There is also a page for Redhead Rewriting Reality on Facebook, but for X, Twitter, Blue Sky, Telegram, and most other socials, you can find me under Kimber Bites. That's KIMBERBITES, which is what I normally use. Do you like Snapchat? Feel free to add me under Feisty Kitty. That's FEISTYKITTY. I had originally installed it for a friend, but have since just left it up. I usually try to use the same picture across the board, but you can always ensure you have the right person by checking my website link cave, which is KimberlySueIverson.com/linkcave. Want a chance for your story to be featured? Whether you're an author starting out, published, and want to boost, have a tale of old to tell that has been passed down through family, or just want to share your own life experience, get in touch. Email stories2read@KimberlySueIverson.com. That's stories2read@KimberlySueIverson.com. I know the steption and doesn't think I'm difficult as all. But in her